We all have a superpower. And no, I'm not talking about flying or turning invisible. It's something way more real. The power of observation, the ability to truly see what everyone else just glances at. The thing is, for most of us, it's a power we've kind of forgotten how to use. So today, we're going to unlock it together.
But first, let's do a quick test just to see how tuned in you are right now. I'm going to need you to play along, so get ready. Are you in?
Okay, here's what's going to happen. In just a moment, the background color of this slide is going to change. Your only job is to notice when it happens. Sounds simple enough, right? So keep your eyes peeled. And there it is. Did you see it change? If you did, awesome. But now, for the real question, what else did you notice? We'll circle back to that in a bit. See, here's the point. As kids, we were all absolute masters of observation. It's how we learned everything. But as we get older, that superpower just fades. And that has some pretty big consequences for our careers, our creativity, and even our mental health. Think about it. When we were kids, we used something called pure observation. We didn't have that constant voice in our head judging or labeling everything. We just saw and heard and felt the world directly. That was our main way of learning, and honestly, it was incredibly powerful. So what happens when you decide to reclaim that power? Well, it's about way more than just noticing little details. It's about unlocking a level of insight that can lead to some genuine breakthroughs, the kind of aha moments that can redefine a problem or, heck, even an entire industry. This quote from Marilyn Vos Savant, who happens to have one of the highest recorded IQs ever, just nails it. She makes a distinction between knowledge and wisdom. See, studying gets you the facts, the knowledge, but observation, that's how you get understanding. That's the real path to wisdom.
And this has a massive impact in the real world. I mean, innovators like Newton didn't just see an apple fall from a tree, he observed a universal law at work. Entrepreneurs behind huge companies like Uber or Zomato just observed the everyday problems people were facing. High achievers like Safin Hassan, he spent years observing what made other candidates successful, and that's how he cracked one of India's toughest exams on his very first try. The common thread here isn't just raw intelligence, it's a deep, conscious kind of observation.
Okay, so if this is so powerful, why aren't we all doing it all the time? Well, the answer is actually baked into our biology. Our brain has this built-in, invisible filter that's running every single second of the day.
Let's start with a number that's going to blow your mind. Every single second, your senses, your eyes, your ears, everything, are taking in about 11 million bits of information from the world around you. It's an absolute tsunami of data.
But out of that 11 million, how much can you actually think about? About 40. That's it. Not 40,000, not 400, just 40. This isn't a flaw in your senses, it's just the bandwidth limit of your conscious attention. This chart really puts it into perspective, doesn't it? That giant bar on the left, that's the 11 million bits your senses are picking up. And that tiny, tiny little sliver on the right, that's the 40 bits you're actually aware of. Everything else is getting filtered out before you even know it's there. Your brain literally has to pick and choose.
So this filtering system, it's called selective attention, and it's absolutely crucial for survival. It's what lets you focus on one conversation in a super loud room, but it's also why, in a famous psychology experiment, people who were told to count basketball passes completely missed a person in a gorilla suit walking through the middle of the game. So yeah, it's a feature, not a bug, but we need to learn how to direct it. Sherlock Holmes had this brilliant metaphor for it, the brain attic. Just imagine your mind is an empty attic. You furnish it with pieces of information, the furniture, that you think are important, based on your job, your hobbies, your goals. A police officer furnishes their attic to notice suspicious behavior, right? A musician furnishes theirs to notice subtle harmonies. You are subconsciously training your brain what to look for. But there's an even bigger obstacle than our brain's natural filter. And that obstacle? Well, it's our own mind. Specifically, it's that constant chatter that's always filling our heads. This timeline really shows how it all happens. As a toddler, you were a pure observer. Then, around age 7, as language really starts to click, that inner voice gets a lot louder. By the time we're adults, for a lot of us, that voice is just constant. We end up spending way more time analyzing and narrating our reality than actually experiencing it. And this is what we call the thought cloud. It's the reason people focused on counting those basketball passes in that experiment don't see the gorilla. Their minds are so busy with the task, with the thought,
that they become blind to the reality that's staring them right in the face. So this is the crucial part to get. The process has a specific order. Observation is the raw data you collect. Thoughts are what you do with that data. So if your observation is poor because you're lost in that thought cloud, guess what? Your thoughts are going to be based on bad data. It's garbage in, garbage out.
Okay. Enough about the problem. How do we actually fix this? Let's get into the solution. This is your practical toolkit with some simple exercises you can start using today to quiet that thought cloud and sharpen your superpower of observation. Now, this whole toolkit is built on 3 main ideas. First, consciously gathering sensory data. Second, retaining it with cool techniques like a memory palace. And third, and most important, achieving presence of mind. We're going to focus on that third one because it's the foundation for everything else. It's all about breaking free from that internal chatter. All right, let's do a simple but incredibly powerful exercise together right now. It's called box breathing. Navy SEALs use it, surgeons use it, anyone who needs to find focus fast. So, wherever you are, just sit up straight. We're going to breathe in through the nose for a count of 4. Ready? Breathe in, 2, 3, 4.
Now just gently hold that breath at the top. Don't strain yourself. Just hold 2, 3, 4. And now slowly exhale through your mouth for a count of 4. Out, 2, 3, 4. And finally, hold at the bottom. Again, no strain. Just hold, 2, 3, 4. Seriously, just a few rounds of that can pull you right into the present moment, straight out of the thought cloud. So there you have it. You have the superpower. You have the tools. Observation is a choice. It's the choice to be present, to look beyond your own assumptions, and to see the world not just for what it is, but for what it could be. So the only real question left is, what will you choose to truly see today?